Hello. So the next logical step, if you're on a React journey, is to understand hooks. Now, this is a big subject, but we will cover the very basics today. And the very basics is going to be the use state, and is probably the most used hook you'll ever use. So what we're going to do, here's our app from last time, and what we're going to do is create a counter function, or component rather. So let's create a basic component following all the React normal logic. So bear with me. We're going to export things. Excuse me. Right, so we're going to have a count on the page, which was going to say count. Count one, and then underneath we're going to have two buttons side by side. So let's go style. Let's display flex, and we'll say gap 10. Right. If you want to do style attributes as inline, this is how you do it. It's not if you try and do style margin top 10, the compiler is going to throw wobbly. So we do it like this instead. Right, so button for decrease and one for increase. Now let's go over to our app, refresh, and there's nothing happening because thinking back to our previous session where you need to use your component. So let's go over here. So here we've got this import headers. We're going to say import counter from components counter. And we're going to say header is now counter. So that should be that. Let's go over here and have a look. Okay, so we got we got a counter and some buttons, but we got a little bit weird styling going on. So we're just going to say class. Oops, I'm not style rather. It's just about to fall into the trap that I was explaining about. Justify content center. Also, when you're doing style attributes, you have to do camel case rather than underscores. So nearly there. Let's just go flex direction, and we're going to say flex col. I'm missing a comma. Don't make the same mistakes I do. Oops, that's not working. Why is it not working? Here's a column. I can never remember. It's column. That's why. Oh, and now because we changed the direction, we have to use align items. Right, there we go. So we click these buttons, nothing's happening. So let's see if we can make this work. And to do this, we're going to use a hook. Hooks are a great way of sharing function code between components. So I'll explain a little bit more about it in a minute, but at the minute I'll show you that in another session in more details, but we're going to use the ability to set a variable and have it bound to our DOM. And that's the functionality we're going to use here. So if we say const count and set count equals useState. So when you call the useState function, you can pass in a parameter. This is the default value of your variables. In this instance, we're going to set this to 0. When you the structure part of it is taking a value which is going to be 0 initially, and then a function to change it. And basically, the set count means that we can set count and say we want it to be 10, for example, and that's as basic as it gets in a nutshell. So here we want to replace our 1 with the value of count, and we do that by wrapping that in curly braces. And if we go over here again, we can now see that we've got 0. And if we click these buttons, still nothing happens. So on our button in React, we have the ability to call an onClick. And we're going to wrap that in curly braces, open up some parentheses, and we're going to say set count equals to count minus 1. And if we now go into here and we click decrease, we can see that that is now counting down. And you probably already guessed, but we can go here and do +1 on our increase, and it will now go up like so. And that's it. That is hooks in its most basic, simplest form.